Prepare for trouble.
And make it doubled.
To entertain the world in devastation.
To unite old listeners within our station.
To proclaim our love for sub versus dub.
To extend our reach to the next sub.
Shinon.
Brood Badger.
Team Not Another Anime Podcast, taken off by the speed of Cool Whip.
Like and subscribe now, or you can skip.
Please don't!
Alright, so just to let you know, we are doing this episode on Shoujin anime that add, cards and games tied with it. That being including Pokemon. And for those of y'all who didn't know, we, as a community, lost one of the voice actors who voiced in Pokemon. He voiced both James and Meowth since 2011.
And the year prior, we lost the voice actor for Jessie.
Yes, and their names are James Carter Cathcart and Rachel Lillis. So, this is how we're going to pay honor to Team Rocket.
We both grew up in some way to Pokemon, and it was I guess for me, it was a transformative experience for Pokemon in general.
I just enjoyed them because they were like your classic comedy villains for, a Saturday cartoon.
Yeah, they were like more the comedic relief that were more Ash's friends than anything.
I mean, they were the constant antagonists throughout the whole show.
Yeah. They kept following Ash throughout the whole, every single region.
When Ash needed a lesson to learn, they made sure he learned it.
And ignore my intent for that laugh, but...
I will, but they won't.
I know they won't. That's why I did it.
Alright, so, I wasn't really big in Pokemon. I watched more of the movies as they came out, but you were a big fan of it.
Yes. Before I did it, I was saying... Before we started this recording, I said the whole Team Rocket speech from memory.
This is true. It was I was trying to think of a clever intro, and I asked, what is the Team Rocket's intro? And he just recited the whole thing.
And took me a second to figure out, I did it from memory. But from the past, when I got into Pokemon, I'm going to be saying more about this than Badger is. But what I started was with the Heart Gold series, which is Gen, I believe, 4. Which is with Totodile, Cyndaquil, and Chikorita. Those were the games that introduced me to Pokemon since I got the 3DS back when I was, I think, 12. That introduced me to the Pokemon series, and I fell in love with it ever since. Learning about the stories of each generation and following up with each Pokemon, I just fell in love with the series from then, including the movies. Which one was the movie you watched, Badger?
I know I saw the one with Mewtwo on an island. I think that's Mewtwo's Revenge or something.
Yeah.
Then I seen the one when Mew and Mewtwo got in a fight.
Oh, that dark one.
The I think it was the first one.
Yeah.
That was the first one. I watched those two out of order for some reason. Two other ones I watched, they weren't with his first two companions. I think they were with his the second one. This one of his companions had a little brother that traveled with him.
I need to remember. It's been a
while. It's been a while for me. I'm not a big fan as you, but there was one with a little leaf legendary Pokemon, another one with that's a star too.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember the title of it. Like I've watched a lot of the movies as a
And
kid.
I watched the one with Latios and Latias.
That it's Pokemon Heroes, right?
I think that's what it's called.
That I had that. That was a really interesting.
No, I think that was Pokemon 2000.
Oh, okay.
I think that one's Pokemon 2000.
I mean, I know Pokemon Heroes does center around Latios and Latias as a concept.
No, but I think that one's Pokemon 2000. I may be wrong.
And you can look it up right now.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Please entertain
The audience.
Please entertain the audience.
For those who don't know, Pokemon Heroes is a Pokemon movie about the main character Ash Ketchum, which probably a lot of for those who don't know, who he is the protagonist. Was the protagonist of Pokemon for the past 20 years, only to get replaced because his story ended by, spoiler alert, him becoming Pokemon champion, which was a fight between Ash Ketchum and Leon, which was, for those who don't know, that is a Gen 8 champion that his whole concept is being undefeatable until either Ash or the player in his game beats him.
Alright, I found it.
Go on.
It is Pokemon Heroes.
Okay.
Pokemon the movie 2000 has Lugia.
Oh. Lugia is was part of the generation I'm most familiar with and started with.
I just thought he looked cool.
He is cool.
So, freaking water dragon.
I found it in. So.
But yeah, I do looking at the other movies. Like I do remember seeing Lucario and the Secrets of Mew.
That was good. To me, a lot of the Pokemon movies are good.
And the one with the little leaf-like Pokemon, that one's Pokemon Forever.
Right.
All right. I don't know how compared to Batman Forever.
I have no idea for that.
And the other one I was thinking of was the Jirachi Wish. That's the one with the little star.
Oh yeah, Jirachi is a mythical Pokemon that is known for granting wishes.
So, my understanding is the whole Pokemon world
Pocket
was essentially created by a Pokemon.
Yeah. Look up Arceus. Arceus.
I mean, no. These people at home can look up Arceus.
Okay. Arceus is basically God, the god of the Pokemon world that created everything.
So before they thought it was just Mew, but then it just turned out to be something much bigger.
Yes. In the game, Arceus, because he's God, can change it to any type, which that is different. That is somewhat shown in the movie where Arceus resides, where he can use water, fire, grass, the basic elements or types of Pokemon. Which I guess I can flow this into. This is somewhat where I would think that Digimon would be getting some inspiration from. I don't know if Digimon came before Pokemon, but that is more in your domain, even though I've watched Digimon myself as well.
Digimon came after Pokemon.
Then yes, it's probably I would think that Pokemon inspired Digimon to be created because of the similar monsters, which we can lead into you talking about Digimon.
Okay, yeah. So to me, as a show, Digimon was so much better than Pokemon. And I know a lot of people are going to fight me, especially my sister-in-law. But let me explain. All right?
Everyone has their own opinion, even if it's wrong.
All right.
I'm joking.
Oh, yeah?
I'm joking, I swear.
All the kids that end up in the digital world All right, it's not always the same kid, and when they go back to the digital world, they're not always the same emotionally. But when they go there, they are also fighting with something that's in themselves, confidence, uh, troubles at home, just like looking for their inner self, and they will run to conflicts that kind of help them, you know, bloom, so to speak,
Mhm.
break out of their shell, or be or intensify their greatest qualities. Some of them it's like courage, and their courage will be tested in one fight or another, and they'll pull through, and they'll realize that they're stronger than what everyone seems to be. Another person who feels like they're a burden on everyone else will find his own confidence and his own resolve to rise above, which is something a lot of kids deal with. And around the right people,
Yeah.
you can be brought out of your shell.
From my experience as a counselor, that is very accurate to what Digimon looks like as well. Teaching that lesson.
And it's like, and I think each Digimon that's paired with the Digidestineds, their Digimon tamers, in a way uh, help each of their social or emotional weakness. So you got uh, who would be a good example? Okay. All right, Joe and his Digimon. Dadgummit. Joe and his Digimon. So Joe in the first series and in the remake in 2019, he's a very overly cautious character. All right, so and he's also the oldest of the group, so he takes it upon himself emotionally for the well-being of everyone in the group. So kind of standing in is like, I am the oldest, so I need to step in when things go wrong.
Would you say it's kind of similar to? I would guess I would bring up a different part of literature, but The Lord of the Flies, the book.
Yeah. Can't believe it took me that long to remember his name. Gomamon. So Gomamon is the exact opposite. Where Joe is careful, safety first, Gomamon is fun. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He is fun, and he's always trying to get Joe out of his shell. So think an introvert and extrovert. Put those guys together, and those guys have to be a crime-fighting team. All right.
Basically, the concept of you're my friend now for an introvert.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in difference between Digimon and Pokemon, Pokemon just say their name. Digimon actually speak.
Oh yeah, they actually speak. And what I like about the updated 2019 Digimon Adventure one is they do away with the comic villain. Because even with the first one, he had a comic villain, but it was still a life or death situation. With the 2019 remake one, he is Ogremon, being one of their first greatest antagonists.
Mm-hmm.
In the remake, I have such respect for Ogremon. Like, he wants an honorable fight, and then when he realized like he's going to be pushed aside for something else, he's killed in a warrior's death, and it affects the heroes, both the humans and Digimon. It affects them to see like how evil is this entity that they are up against, that they would destroy one of their soldiers that also wanted to take over the digital world, which in turn was affecting the human world. Because like what kicked off that series was also inspired from the Digimon movie, where a nuclear missile was being launched from the U.S. to Japan, both in the movie and in the first episode. So like, that's a whole part why I love the remake one. I hope they do that with the second adventure of Digimon Adventures, where they introduce everyone else and the Digi-Armor Energize sequence.
Did you look at the Digifusion? Like, I forgot which series of Digimon what that was, but
Digimon Fusion, I think, would have been the 6th season of
Yeah,
Digimon. No, because I wasn't really around to watch it very much. I was always doing something else. It's like getting out of high school into college.
oh, fair.
So, but it's like, but you had Digimon and Digimon Adventures 2, where they interacted, where you got to see the heroes of Digimon Adventures as high schoolers and how they, in a sense, grown up from being a part of the digital world, and being the guardians for the digital world in turn for the human world. That way they don't intermix and there's no calamity. Now you get Digimon Tamers, okay? So Digimon Tamers is one of the best Digimon series there is, because you get Digimon coming into our world and you got kids who are taming them. You also have a government figure who's hunting the Digimon, because he sees them as nothing more than like an inconvenience, a nuisance.
Oh, yeah?
But the thing is, like, kids love Digimon. The kids love it. And not all Digimon are bad. So, our hero, Tai, no, his name's not Tai.
Isn't that a different series?
That's a different series. But our hero, he creates a Digimon in this one.
Oh.
So, like, if you remember, you were at a point when you were a kid and you were creative. You were creating your own Pokemon, your own anything, your own OC. He got to create his own Digimon, and it came to life. And he took care of it like a puppy. A giant dinosaur breathing fire puppy. Alright? And then you got a cold-hearted Digimon Tamer. She was cold-hearted in the beginning. One could still say she's probably still cold-hearted, but it's like teenage, like preteen with attitude, who wants to make her Digimon stronger. Nothing wrong with that, but she wants to fight everybody and take everybody's data. And then you got the third wheel, who has Terriermon, who I think again goes with your opposite is your best compliment, because this character, Terriermon, is his complete opposite. Terriermon wants to get into things. He wants to stay out of things. Where he's careful, Terriermon is reckless, which is a great balance again, which is why I feel that there's a deeper bond between Digimon Tamer and Digimon than there is between Pokemon and Pokemon Tamer. I mean, I get to actually actively see them feed their Digimon, and they actively have to worry about it. They worry about feeding and eating, versus Pokemon, there's a convenience. Where Digimon is injured, and it's a field dress, okay? There's no Digimon hospital to take them to. Alright? Pokemon just get off easy. Digimon, when the fate of the world is at stake, that's World War Infinity.
It doesn't help.
It is World of the Worlds.
Just hope that the recent hospitals for Pokemon are basically just gas stations.
Essentially, they are.
Literal gas station. But anyway.
And then the fourth one, this is one I want to end with, is Digimon Frontier, where it basically takes the concept of Digimon and Power Rangers, or Sentai as it is called in
Japan.
So essentially, these kids are swept away into the digital world. And very few of them, because there are other human children in the digital world, but not all of them get a Digimon spirit that they can quite literally morph to. And that one is not as popular in the Digimon community, but I personally I like the drama that's in it. I mean, you get the basic soap opera stuff. Long lost twin brother. Is he alive? Is he dead? Is he real? Is this reality? Because they're in the digital world, all things are possible. But you get a evil twin brother who ends up being good. You get power of friendship defeating
The power of friendship.
defeating a Digimon literally called Lucimon, inspired by Lucifer.
Yeah.
First time I saw that, it freaked me out. There's a child with wings. Like, nope.
Yeah. He was good. It's like, oh, that's cool.
But it's like wanting to train like literal monsters is like it was awesome. I would love to go to the digital world. It's like now one thing I'll say about Pokemon,
What's up?
do better than Digimon is the games.
Yeah.
I will say that. And it's like I tried playing Pokemon Survive and Survival, and it was like a storyboard game essentially.
That was your first mistake.
Like, I saw Agumon on the cover, and I was like, heck yeah, that's my boy. Later I can make him digivolve to War Greymon, and then I'll be unstoppable. I'm like, no. It's like, before we even got to the digital world, I was bored out of my mind. I don't know, maybe I'm not playing it right. Because I have to read subtitles.
You do.
Go Team Dub. But you know what else? What might be a fun game? If you had little soldiers that shoot marbles at each other.
Grandpa, you did it wrong.
In my day, we shot marbles at marbles. We didn't shoot at other toy soldiers.
Anyway, okay. So I guess we're moving into Bakugan based on what you're doing. Okay, so this is something that I am gonna nerd about a bit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good. You peaked. That was. All right, you're good.
Okay, so Bakugan is not about little soldiers attacking each other, but it's about this like alien cards that came down from the sky that the protagonist Dan Kuso picks up with sentient little balls that turn into dragons and beasts, and they fight with them. Similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's about a story of basically an alien world. Thinks it's similar to Transformers.
Okay.
Like kind of like that.
Okay.
But like instead of like I forgot where I just watched Transformers 1 where
Cybertron.
There you go. Where Cybertron is the people there are able to go to Vexoria, which is the place where all Bakugan originate from. And what I learned, like, as a kid, it was just, I like dragons. I like this. But it turned into probably one of my top shows. The recent reboot, I do not like.
I mean, most people struggle with reboots or a second season. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I definitely thought that Digimon Adventures 2 was kind of more cringy than the first one.
Yeah.
Like, is that your issue with it right now? Is it more cringy?
It's more cringy. It's like
Well, it's meant to sell these marbles that turn into dragons.
Fair enough, but it's just my childhood, and I kind of have attachment to it. But this could be similar to Yu-Gi-Oh.
It could. Well, the
Which
difference between, alien race versus a magical force that's always been on Earth, somehow focused on ancient Egypt, that eventually got sent to Japan. There's a difference between that.
Yeah, I know there is. I'm just trying to lead into the next topic.
But like Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like, I don't know what any listeners remember, but like Yu-Gi-Oh! Starts off with a pretty decent duelist.
Yugimoto.
Yugimoto, and he gets his friend Joey interested in the game.
Joey Wheeler.
Yeah, from Brooklyn. But except it's not Brooklyn. I don't even know where we are. Hey, Hughes, where are we on the map? But I digress. So instead of like other animes where someone's training to start off and then like they're doing well, Yugimoto was actually already pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
He was already pretty decent at the game. Versus Joey Wheeler, which is like, other forms of anime protagonist where he's messy, he's sloppy, he's loud, he's proud. He just started on and he's doing decent for himself. It's like that's others, but Yugimoto was already alright. He was already pretty decent. Now he was already humble. He was humble. Because I think like if he didn't have the Pharaoh and he went against Weevil Underwood, I think it probably would have been close. But like either he would come on top or Weevil Underwood would come on top.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would have been much closer than what people think.
For those that don't know, what Badger was referring to is there's this thing called the Millennium Puzzle.
Not the Falcon.
Not the Falcon. It's right. Which Yu-Gi-Oh was fiddling with at the start of this. This is literally at the start of the show. That once he got it fixed, the Pharaoh Atem was a part of it.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But the spirit of the Pharaoh that possessed the Millennium Puzzle, which also turns out to be a pretty rockin' necklace, possessed Yugi every now and then and helps him in his duels.
Yeah, which kind of seems like cheating if you think about it.
It is cheating. Flat out cheating. Seto Kaiba deserves the belt.
About the best Yugi. But
like he starts his journey by dueling Seto Kaiba after Seto Kaiba won his grandfather's Blue Eyes White Dragon. And you got to understand, in this world, the cards are power for some reason. For some reason, the cards are power, and I guess everything's determined by money and card games. And Seto Kaiba has both.
Seto Kaiba is basically just one.
He's your edgy. He's your edgelord rich kid
that somehow got to be the leader of a company.
Rich kid.
Yes.
And not somehow. He did a coup against his father that adopted him after he beat him in a game of chess. I give Seto Kaiba what credit's due. The guy is smart. He's shrewd. He's meticulous. Just be thankful he's not in weapons manufacturing and he's focused on improving children's card games. I feel like if he was an arms dealer, that world would be in trouble.
I mean, he is a pretty intelligent guy, which would lead into Yu-Gi-Oh.
But
I forgot Yu-Gi-Oh D.
Yu-Gi-Oh XD.
XD, yeah.
No, after Yu-Gi-Oh came Yu-Gi-Oh GX.
GX, okay.
But here's my thing: it's like why I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I just like the action. I like the dragons.
Yes.
Card games took forever. They monologued all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, you can go to YouTube right now and you can look up Yu-Gi-Oh duels. They're almost 45 to an hour long, with no commercials though, so that's the bright side.
Yeah.
But like I enjoyed the comedy of it, and I enjoyed the villains. Okay, considering we started off with the antagonists to start off the show, let me just say like the villains for Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, like they played for keeps. So like, how do you sell a children's card games? Like, okay, if you lose, you go to hell.
Oh yeah, Merrick.
Yeah. Oh, not just Merrick, the spirit of the Millennium Ring.
Oh yeah.
So like, that's another person who has. That's two other people actually who have Millennium items, and like it turns out the Millennium items hold a greater um, deal of power than everyone thinks. Especially Seto Kaiba, who thinks all he needs to rule the world is money and card games. But
like,
I was like,
going.
I liked it. Like some of the storylines, I mean, it's like it's copy paste, and it's like I gotta save the world by dueling nonstop, and I gotta win every time. There's only one or no, two times I've seen Yugi lose. One was to Joey Wheeler, so he can get his red eyes back. Another time is when Yugi went power mad, or I should say, the Pharaoh in the Millennium Puzzle. He went power mad, and got straight up bamboozled by the other duelist and lost the duel, and in turn also lost little Yugi.
Which the Pharaoh was in control on.
Yep. But we did get to see a pretty good grudge match between him and Weevil Underwood. It was so satisfying seeing that guy lose. Like don't get me wrong, that the show still has some characters that you love to see bite the dust.
Yeah.
But the manga of Yu-Gi-Oh, my gosh, it was brutal. So like whenever you see them in shots in the anime where like they're acting like they're hurt, take that, put it in black and white, and add blood to it.
Yeah, don't. If you have kids, don't get the manga.
No, get the manga. They gotta learn early.
Come on!
Card games are brutal. If anyone plays spoons, they know.
I'm trying to spare the innocents.
If they're watching anime, there is no innocence.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
There's always something. Like Taya Gardner. She almost ruined the show for me, honestly.
How so?
She only has one dialogue to say the entire show.
Yugi.
Friendship, Yugi.
Oh, Ribrianne. Okay.
Yes. But, no. It's like, it was fun. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX wasn't really a big fan of. I just didn't like the flow of it. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D.
Yeah, 5D.
That was edgy. That had a plot. That had rise to the occasion. I mean, that had somebody who was a decent duelist, who was backstabbed by who he thought was his best friend, and he plotted his revenge, almost had his revenge, then had to climb back up, and then took his revenge, and then he was on a whole other adventure. So I like that character, and I hope to see more characters like that in the future. I'm not talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. I pretend that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy it, but it's not. I don't think it's good, but it's not bad.
Yeah, you want to talk about what's good and what's not bad? What's not good and what's not bad?
What?
Spinning two tops against each other
with
blades on them.
Now we're going to Beyblade!
Yeah, so Beyblade. I mean, honestly, I don't even think they needed a show to sell this. I mean, you got two tops spinning fast with, blades on them, hitting each other. I mean, the sparks alone were going to sell like crazy.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was like, And, I had to brush up on it because I knew we wanted to put this in one of our talking points. And, like, I wasn't going to jump into Pokemon or Bakugan, so I decided to watch a couple episodes of Beyblade because I had a very faint memory of it. I would watch it only because Digimon was up next. Only reason why. But, they basically had giant tournaments to determine who's the best Beyblade master. So, again, this goes into shonen anime where there's always a tournament of some sorts. Versus martial arts, or in this case, top spinning. Spinning the tops with blades on them. Make them fight. Some of them have beast spirits. Oh, wow. So we're making beasts do battle with one another. Huh. What is that?
Where have we seen that before?
Oh, pocket monsters, maybe. Which is, I think, was the original name for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's basically what it is. Pocket monsters.
And essentially, like, if you look at Pokemon, Bakugan, Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblade, and if you have a handheld device, or also cards, Digimon, they are all pocket monsters.
In some way, shape, or form.
No, like that's the only way, shape, or form. You can fit them in your pocket. So, like, it all comes back to freaking Pokemon. Which, shows you, alright, as we loop back around to Pokemon, shows you just how much of a great impact Pokemon was in developing games and animes that represent those games. Because, like, people who created games, they needed something to go against Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
And it's like Pokemon, they have a show. It's like, okay, well, we got this product. We want to promote it, not just with commercials. Let's put a show around it.
Which I will admit, a lot of the villains in Pokemon, they are really good.
You got a favorite?
Team Plasma.
Okay.
I won't go into why, due to it's gonna be spoiler territory if our listeners have not seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically the character N, or Natural Harmonia Gropus, he likes to be called N in the lore. So that's how he is addressed as N rather than Natural Harmonia Gropus.
Well, I bet Team Rocket can beat them.
Oh, they're worse.
I bet Team Rocket can beat them.
Just, like, I love Pokemon.
Just throw Wobbuffet at them, they'll be fine. Again, that shows you how much I know about the show.
Just throw Wobbuffet. If only you knew.
Wobbuffet, you got this!
Wobbuffet? Anyway.
And he was never heard from again. I do miss him. But anyway, thank you, listeners, for tolerating us as we go down this memory lane of both the show and the games.
And our cringy intro.
That was the best intro ever. Anyway, this is Team Not Another Anime Podcast. Blasting off again.